What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Brant Murphy Garage. So we're finally going to put the 4165 on the car today. I already went ahead and took the 4175 off. As you can tell, there's nothing on the engine right now except a microfiber cloth. I just need to go out and get one more gasket. The AutoZone that I went to only had one gasket yesterday, so just got to go out and get one more, but we're ready to put this other carburetor on. Bit of a side note here. So one thing I learned last night, which really kind of pissed me off, not gonna lie, is these 4165 and 4175 model carburetors for the idle mixture circuit here. Did you know that these are reverse? Yeah, so when you turn these things in clockwise, it actually fattens up the mixture. But if you turn them counterclockwise, it leans it out. That's because this is a air-based idle mixture circuit. Whereas on, one of these old 4150 style, this is a 4778, it's a 700 CFM carb. The idle mixture circuit for these guys, they are fuel-based. So if you turn it in clockwise, you're actually limiting the amount of fuel going into the carb. And if you turn it counterclockwise, you're putting more fuel in. So they actually work in reverse of one another, which actually makes sense now on why that last carburetor was so damn rich. And I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt. But now I know for this, when we put this on, so I'm actually going to back this thing out. I'm probably going to back it out maybe three and a half turns and adjust it from there and see where our vacuum is at. Also, now that I know what this carburetor is, maybe down the line we'll swap this on, but this thing has some problems of its own. It's been sitting for a really long time. It came off like a 69 or a 70 Corvette, and it's just, as you can tell, it's just nasty inside. I mean, hell, look at this float bowl. Gross. It needs to be completely cleaned. And then the base plate is also a little messed up. It's got all this pitting, so if I ever do rebuild this carburetor, I'm probably going to get a new base plate for it, because I mean, it's pretty deep pitting around here, and I don't know, I'd just be worried about putting this on. Also, we need to get some better heads on this thing before we run that 700 CFM carburetor, so, not ported 416 heads. I kind of like the AFR heads for this with the 194 intake valve, so maybe that's a down the line thing, but it's kind of cool to have that 700 CFM. Maybe we'll throw that on the engine one day if we upgrade other stuff before we put it on. So anyways, in the last video I kind of showed you everything that went into putting the carburetor on. I'm not going to do that again, so I'm just going to go ahead, get this carburetor hooked up. I'll probably get the car put outside. We can go ahead and check our vacuum, adjust our idle mixture screws, do all that, and then take the car for a spin. Alrighty, y'all, it's on the car, but I'm having some serious problems with this carburetor. I'm kind of over it at this point. The car won't stay running. It won't. See, dies. Let's try it one more time, see if we can rev it a bit. Yeah, before I can even get. Nope. All right. I've been messing with this thing all day. I've reset the float bowl levels. I actually had to pull the bowls off, make sure the floats were correct. At first, it would only run off the fuel coming out of the squirters. Now it actually seems to be kind of running off fuel coming out of the boosters, not just the squirters. But I'm done. I'm so over this thing. I've rebuilt it. I rebuilt it when I originally got it. I got it off of a guy on Marketplace, and it was gross. I rebuilt it, had the leaks. I went back in, fixed the leaks, got it on the car, and now it's doing this. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, Just throw the old 4175 back on it for now so I can at least drive the car. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and order a quick fuel brawler or something. Maybe I'll just buy a new one of those off Holley. They're kind of pricey. But yeah, I'm over it. I'm not messing with this thing anymore. It's going to go on Marketplace for a few bucks. And whoever buys it, it's their problem. I'm not messing with it. If no one buys it, it'll just sit on a shelf, and maybe I'll fuck with it again one day, but until then, I'm done messing with it. Had a lot of people tell me they would have been done messing with that thing long before I actually finished up. This is like the actual only thing on the car so far that I'm giving up on. And yeah, I mean, it was a cool piece and everything, but I'm tired of messing with it and playing with it and getting not good results. So we're gonna call it a dud, and we'll just get something different. Sorry the video has to end like this. That was kind of disappointing, but we'll get the old 4175 put back on, and then maybe we'll go for a spin after that to finish this video out. But I'm a little defeated, not gonna lie. So just a quick little side note here. I'm going to tell you everything that was going on with the car at the time, because you guys may have some input onto things I could have done, but let me just tell you. Yes, I was messing with the idle mixture screws. All right, I started about 2.5 turns out is what I did. And I did bring them in a little further, just to try to play with it. I also brought them out a little bit further too. Either way you adjusted those idle mixture screws, nothing happened. The idle screw itself, when I tell you this, that you could run that screw all the way down or pull it all the way out and everything in between, that had no real impact on the carburetor running on the car at all. And what I mean by that is the way it was kind of running there in the last part of this video was how it was running however you adjusted that screw. All right, there was fuel in the bowls. And also, when I had this carburetor apart, fixing the leaks, I did go through and chase all the orifices, especially with Carb Clean, to get them all cleaned out and everything, just to make sure there wasn't leaks coming from anywhere specific in there too. But that's when I found out that, it's the power valve. So I honestly have no idea why that carburetor isn't running. The gaskets matched up exactly the same as the old gaskets. So I don't know. All I know is I'm done messing with it. This isn't my first time being inside one of these Holleys. It was my first time doing a complete rebuild on it. But even on the 4175 that's on the car right now, I basically rebuilt the primary side of that carburetor earlier this year. I had the float bowl off, I had the metering block off, and I had to re-gasket everything. I put a new power valve in it, and I even had to block off the old fuel metering rod that's in the front of this, because that's an emissions replacement carburetor. So I did all of that. I replaced the accelerator pump. So I don't know what is wrong with that other carburetor. All I know is I'm done messing with it. It could be a simple fix. It may be a simple fix. I don't know. But for right now, I'm done messing with it. Maybe I'll get the motivation to do something with it again one day. But as of right now, it's done. All right, gonna go for a ride. Fun car to drive, honestly. I mean, I love just cruising around in it. All right. headliner's coming off. And it's blowing all that shit all over the place. Ah. Ah. Oh, it's in my eyes. So yeah, as you guys can tell, it runs and drives with the 4175 on there. It's just a little boggy. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get a replacement vacuum secondary bladder or whatever. Diaphragm, that's the word, diaphragm. Anyways, go ahead and get a new diaphragm for it, and probably get one of those spring kits with the like the thing that has like the 2 screws on top, so you just pop it off and change the springs out. Probably do that first, see if that kind of fixes the hesitation and kind of like the bogginess of the vacuum secondary. And then later on this summer, after I get a few more things done around the house that I want to, we'll go ahead, we'll buy a double pumper for this. That 4165, I'm just going to throw on Marketplace. I'm done with it. But thank you all for watching. Sorry it was kind of disappointing, but more stuff coming with this soon. We've got a lot of things, so we got to start doing to this thing. And probably take it to the drag strip here soon and see how much better it runs than the 16.0 that it ran when it was in the stock Crossfire form. We'll see what the 334 does. All right, see y'all. Have a good one.